Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Project Architect. In the previous episode, we finally finished the Blaze Farm. So that's been running in the background. And we also got access to Manilium. And we also took a pretty basic look at Flux networks. So we got our own network set up here on the server. And I actually did it incorrectly. The pipes from pipes don't really connect well with the Flux network plugs, so I just added a redstone flux cell that is basically just connected to our engines, and out the top we are outputting energy into our network. Also have a little bit of a controller here, which should be filling up. I'm not really sure why it's not. I'm not going to bother with it too much though, because in this episode I actually want to get started on building a reactor. So we're going to be using bigger reactors, of course. Hey you. Yeah, you. Are you part of the 75% of people not subscribed? That's pretty cringe, bro. Hit the subscribe button. Do it. Do it now. So yeah, I want to get started on building our base, but I want to use a builder from RF Tools. Not a dimension builder quite yet, just a regular builder, just to make it a little bit easier to create shapes, because I'm going to be making a pretty large base, and to just kind of give you a visualization of how big I want the base. It's gonna be almost about as wide as this river here. So probably from here all the way, well, not quite on the edge there, probably towards the edge of the water, so probably on this block. All the way over here. A little bit shorter than that, but you kind of get the idea, right? So it doesn't seem that wide, but it is like 20 blocks wide, and it's going to be super long in length. Probably going from about there to about here. I may have to modify the river a little bit. Yeah, I'm planning on making it pretty big for a boat. And I haven't exactly decided which blocks I want to use. We do have the mod called Architect's Palette in this mod pack. So I made sun metal made out of soul sand and gold. That's a little expensive. We can do it though pretty easily. The blocks from chipped look pretty good as well. There's quite a variety. Actually a bunch of different wool types as well. That's pretty cool. Oh, and I didn't realize we actually have chisel in this mod pack as well. Unfortunately though, the chisel blocks aren't EMCable for whatever reason. That's kind of annoying. Alright, so I have the layout for the boat figured out. And I decided I'm not going to be using a builder for this, just because the shapes on the end are a little bit more complex. And I also forgot that we have wands in this pack, so that made this pretty easy. And I can't remember if I mentioned exactly which kind of boat I'm going to be going for. I'm actually going for sort of a, how you say, riverboat style. So it'll have like a couple of layers. I've already figured it out in a creative world, and I think it looks really cool. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna continue building off camera, and then we'll come back when it's done. Okay, quick update. The first deck is done. I'm actually using quartz fences for this. And yeah, I think it's looking pretty good so far. And that's sort of the first floor done. I'm using the mahogany wood from I think it's XQ's or XK's Deco. How you make it is actually pretty cool. I was originally gonna go look for it, but then I found the recipe is actually just acacia and red dye. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And it looks great too, especially in the biome that we're in. It's almost like Asian inspired, but oops, I forgot a window there. Oh, and yeah, it has these cool windows that you can actually open. So if I wanted to, I could open them up. I don't think you can climb through them. Actually you can. That's pretty cool. Emergency exit, I guess. So yeah, anyway, that's the first floor done. Alright, just a little bit of a progress update. Most of it is done now. I just need to add a few windows here and there. And I think finish the floor in the third floor, I believe? Yeah, up here. So, yeah, that's most of the way done. And I quickly just wanted to mention that I'm going to be using elevators for this. So I just went out and found some wool. I actually hadn't found wool before, so anyway, there is the elevator. If you guys don't know how to use these elevators, it's super simple. Basically you want to find a place, let's say right here. Now that's pretty close. Unfortunately, with the size of the build that we're doing, it is going to be a little bit tight, but that's alright. And you just hit the spacebar to go up and left shift to go down. It's super easy. So yeah, I'm probably going to be adding a few of these here and there, just to make traversal a little bit easier. And one of the cool things about these elevators is you can actually disguise them as a different block. So I just disguised it as a block of brass, and I've actually done that with the other ones as well. And there's actually a hidden one up here on the roof, just to make things a little bit easier so I can get in from the very top of it. But yeah, that's pretty much the base done. I think it looks pretty good. I don't know if I mentioned the stacks up here yet. I may try to find something to be able to connect them. From what I've seen, most of the riverboats that I've seen actually have some sort of connecting wire or something there. And also, they usually have, well, I guess they all have paddles on the back. I'm still trying to decide on what I want to do with that. I was originally going to use water wheels. I thought I had added that. I was going to use these water wheels from Create, but they're a little bit too small. So I may just have to go in and create some with some real blocks, but that's okay. I think it'll still look pretty good. And I'm still finding spots every once in a while where I just look at it and I'm like, oh, I forgot something there. The next step will probably be lighting. Yep, and I need to finish up the supports here as well. There is something a little bit unfortunate about this design, and that's that the walls from the previous floor are able to be seen through the floor here. There's really not a lot I can do to fix that, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. I think it'll still look pretty good like that. Now I think I'm gonna dive into the chipped mod a little bit. They have these really cool looking lanterns. So I'm gonna need a mechanist's workbench. Mechanists. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Okay, there it is. And I'm not sure how to... There we go. So this mod is pretty cool, especially the workbenches that it adds. They're super decorated. So I'm just going to pull out some lanterns and sort of just look through the options. Now, I really liked these ones. I'm not sure how they, ooh. Yeah, the red is a little bit off, though, unfortunately. Maybe these ones? Those look pretty cool. They're kind of steampunky as well. And they have these sort of wider ones. Oh, that one's just a circle. That's cool. So I pulled out a few of these just to kind of take a look. And in terms of overall design, I think these white ones right here actually look the best for what we're going with. So I think I'm going to try these. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I kind of wish I could hang them off of the roof. I might have to add a half slab here and there. Alright, I think I found a pretty good compromise for the lighting. Basically all I did was remove the slabs that were here and have them hang down from the side. The effect is pretty good from a distance, and from the sides here like this, it kind of loses the effect when you're kind of close up and personal with it. But for the most part, I'm going to be seeing the thing from out here or from the inside, so I don't think it matters really too much. But yeah, I think I'm done with this for now. Obviously, I still need to do the back, but I'm still kind of contemplating ideas for that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go to bed. It's pretty late, and I think I'll come back in the morning. Alright, it is now the next day, and I think I've decided what I want to do next. I want to add a little bit more detail to the build, so I'm actually going to be using the exchangers. So I'll build one of these, and I'm actually going to sort of add a variety to everything we've built already. So I'm going to add a variety of concrete, for example. There's quite a few variations on pretty much all of them. So a lot of these require chisel. Unfortunately, the chisel ones don't have EMC, so I think I'm just going to make it easier on myself and use the chipped version. But before I can do that, I'm going to have to make a exchanger, and you have to actually make one from each of the levels, which is a little bit annoying, but overall not too bad. Alright, I think I'm going to stop at the diamond tier. It was starting to get a little bit expensive. And I'm just quickly going to make a mason's table so we can actually convert some of these bits of concrete into the alternate versions. Don't want to place it like that. There we go. So I'm going to pick out a few of them that I think might look good in this palette. Alright, so I'm going to configure this to be 9x9. Exchange mode, plane. Directional, void, fuzzy placement. This is what I actually want. I'm going to enable that. And I'm going to go for probably about 15% maybe. So I'm just laying my palette down here, and I think there is a way to have all four of these in the same exchange. I couldn't figure it out, so I'm just going to do this a little bit manually. Did I select that? There we go. So you may not be able to see it in the video. This is going to be a really subtle change. But yeah, it's basically just exchanging 15% or so of the blocks. into the ones I selected. Alright, that's the gray concrete finished, and you can tell it adds a good bit of detail where a little bit of detail was lacking. So yeah, I'm going to go through and do the white concrete next. And that's the white concrete. It's actually somehow more subtle than the gray concrete. Oh, and there's a guy shooting a trident at me. Let's see if we can actually get a trident. Oh, nice backpack. Nope. And next up is birch for the deck, which I'm actually gonna need a carpenter's table for. Okay, I might have messed up just a little bit on the second deck. I forgot I made this out of planks, so yeah, a few of them are sticking through here and there. I may just try to find some alternatives to the slabs. But yeah, it's still fine for the first deck here, so I'm just going to continue doing it for that. Alright, so I think the solution is to use the framed blocks mod, which we haven't really looked at yet, so I think it's a good opportunity to. It's a fairly simple mod. Oh, I think this mod used to be called like Carpenter's blocks or something like that. It's super useful. Let me try to find a hole in the ground so I can showcase this a little bit. So it has a variety of different types of blocks. You have stairs, you have slopes, you have fences. What it allows you to do is actually just place a texture there. So if a block doesn't have, for example, what we're doing here, a slab, we can just fill it in with that. And it looks super awesome. So yeah, I guess that's what I'll be doing now. Unfortunately, the exchanger doesn't work on it, so I'm gonna have to go through manually and just sort of beat the deck up a little bit so we can add some variety to it. And this mod actually might be our solution to the problem that we are having here. So in theory, we should be able to stack these up, put white concrete on the bottom. Yep. Oh, perfect. Nice, I'm glad that we figured a solution out for that. Alright, so I've finished up with that, and it looks so much better now. Oops, I placed the wrong one here, I think. But yeah, that's pretty much the build finished. I think the only thing left now is to move in, really. So, between episodes, I think I'm gonna move all of my stuff, or as much as I can, over here. And yeah, that's where we're gonna end things for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Peace.